everybody, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jackie, growing in Zone 8B, Alabama. On today, we have decided to take some time out to answer some of the questions that keep coming in to us. So one of those questions is on how to treat for vine borers on your squash vine plants. So I have done the research and I'm going to give you what I found out. One of those fighters of that is the Montgomery BT and the diatomaceous earth powder. So what you would do first is to inspect your squash vine plant, and I'm going to bring you around to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Give me a moment. On that squash vine plant, you're going to inspect it to be sure that you don't have any leaves that look bad or look like they're dying, because that's one of the key things to eradicating your diseases and keeping those pests away from your diseases. So right here, you see where the leaves are sort of dying. I'm just going to pinch it off. All of those bad leaves, I'm going to just pinch them off. And then what you can do is you can come in with your diatomaceous earth and sprinkle around the base of that to keep those crawling bugs away from it. Or you can also do exactly what I'm about to do next. What I have here is some bleach water, regular water, and I have some Monterey BT. So what I'm going to do is take the disposable syringe. I'm going to draw up exactly 1 milliliter, 1 ml of the Monterey BT. See that, guys? And then I'm going to, let me bring you around this way to show you what I'm going to do. Normally the moth lays the eggs for the squash vine borer within that main stem. I hope you can see that. Let me kind of move it around here, right in this area. And so what happens is once she lays those eggs, then those eggs become the vine borer worms, and they begin to eat away at the squash plant from the inside out until the death of that particular plant. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to the main stem and I'm going to inject the whole 1 ml. Into there. Okay, so once she lights now, then she may bite, or that vine borer may form, and then once they bite into it, it's going to kill them instantly. So as you can see, some did come out on the soil, which only helps to penetrate that soil depth with that vine borer. And I can come back in again with my diatomaceous earth, and I can also sprinkle it around here. I don't normally use diatomaceous earth unless I have to. This one is in a pot, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to monitor the growth of this particular squash plant and see what happens from there. Now, the ones that are planted in ground, I will probably come in and put some down on the ground as well as inject them as well. So now let's discuss after the injection. After the injection, what I normally do is I come in and I take my bleach water. So to get to the bleach water, I use a 1/4 teaspoon of bleach, mixed it with a cup of water, and I'm just going to come in, and you see how that looks milky white. That means that some residue from the particular BT is still in this syringe. So I'm just going to rinse it out. I'm going to do that twice. Then I'm going to come back in with regular water. I'm going to draw up some water. And I'm going to rinse the needle out twice. And then I'm ready to move on to my next squash plant. This is another one. This is called the honey boat delicata squash. And again, as you can see from right in here, this area, guys, this is the stem. I'm going to pull this leaf, pinch this leaf off. And I'm going to come back in again. One cc. I'm going to go into the base about an inch up from the plant. And I'm going to inject this plant. I'm putting in the whole 1 cc. And again, I'm going to rinse with water, with bleach water, with water twice each. You will do this every 7 to 10 days up through August, because the life cycle of the moth and the vine borer normally lasts throughout August. So you will do it up through August every 7 to 10 days. And moving on. Episode, we'll be looking at different designs of container gardening. And so this one is a self-watering container, and that means that at the bottom there's water, and the water then absorbs up to the top to the root system to dispense water as needed. And so on the top of this container we have some marigolds, we have some Thai basil, some green onion, some cucumber, lettuce, miniature tomatoes, and you see the tomatoes forming there. And we have mini bell pepper, and we have some eggplant. So that's a very good garden put together. And moving on to our next one. This is another type of container gardening. Someone asked about container gardening, so that's why we're doing this little episode today. This is a whiskey barrel, and inside of this container, I've placed a pepper plant, some basil, a muncher cucumber, and I placed that there because it's not going to get very big at all, and it will grow up and you will have to stake it, and it'll do fine in this barrel. Some green onion, some more pepper. I think this is jalapeno pepper. That is a bell pepper, a rainbow cherry tomato, some garlic in the background, and then this is a strawberry, a sunflower, and this is another pepper plant. So that is a pretty good container. And then I'm going to go next to the grow box because it is another type of container planter. And this is the grow box that I've always shown you. This is the one that my husband made. And this particular grow box I filled in quite a bit. It has the lettuce that's coming in. It also has the red lettuce that's going to seed, and so we'll need to pull that out. It has the radish in there, the onions, some more romaine lettuce in this area. This is the orange hat tomato. It's a miniature tomato that's coming in, very good. Some miniature carrots are still forming. We have some strawberry coming in, some more radish. And so this is another type of container planting. Okay. And moving to the next one. And then, as you can remember, I planted the blueberry bush inside of this container. It is another type of container gardening. And so inside of here is the blueberry, also a marigold, and strawberry. So that's another option if you are into container gardening. This is another grow box, and inside of this grow box I've put all ginger in this one. And we were just talking about grow bags. Inside of this grow bag, that's all of the potatoes. And moving you around to the other grow bag is shampoo ginger. Also, speaking of container planters, let's not forget the upside down tomato planter with the basil, the marigolds, and of course the tomatoes that are now forming on this particular tomato, the Tiny Tim. So it's coming along fine still, and we'll continue to monitor it and give you updates on that as well. And let's not forget about the stackable container, which is another type of container gardening. And in this stackable, I have some strawberry that's hanging on. We still have the lamb's tongue, which is called the corn salad. We have some sage, some marigolds. And remember, we did harvest out a lot of lettuce to eat this season from the stackable. And we have dill that's dying out because of the weather. And we have cilantro. So you can also do a lot of food, and the green onion. I forgot about that. So you can do a lot of food in a stackable. So don't forget about your containers and container gardening. Keep in mind that your containers can be whatever size you would like them to be. Just know that there are limitations in growing in container planters. For instance, this is the cricket neck squash. Only one squash can go in there. The good part about the growing the squash in a container, or you may choose to grow it in a grow bag, is that squash will only get so big. It won't get as big as it would if you were growing it in ground. But it does 10 times better in containers because it's a concentrated form of nutrients, and those nutrients are contained in a certain location. So this one is doing very well as compared to the ones that are in ground, and I'll show you the difference. Hold on. These are the squash that I have in ground. And as you can see, they are small compared to the one that is in the pot. So that is the difference of growing in ground. It's going to take it longer to go ahead and get started with that growth factor. And last but not least, this is a smaller grow box that I put strawberries in. So I hope that I've answered some questions, because a lot of you were writing in about doing a container garden and what could grow in there and what to put in there. So if not, then please leave some comments and or email me as usual, and I will get around to answering you and trying to develop some content for you to answer more questions. Since we are now out of danger from all frost, I am putting the Satsuma orange tree back into the ground, and I will next be moving the banana tree back into the ground. So we are doing a lot of changes at the garden spot, guys. Making sure that I am covering up the root here and not the nodule of the tree. So stay tuned. We have it finally planted in, guys. The Awori Satsuma orange tree. And as you know, the banana tree has to go back to its place, its home. So we are ready to place it back. Stay tuned. There she is, guys, planted and ready for summer. This is also one of the offshoots from the big banana tree that was growing upstairs across the winter, and I just placed her in the garden spot. So we're going to see how it does, and hopefully we will get some bananas or not. We are in the South. We finally put the roselle in ground, and so we'll wait and see what happens with that as well. There was another question about the type of comfrey plant that I have in my garden. This is the Russian comfrey that I have that I'm growing. How do I know that? Because it has the violet or purplish blooms to it, and it's grown from seed. You also have a different type of comfrey that is very common to gardeners. It's called the Bocking 14 comfrey. That Bocking 14 means that that is grown from another plant that maybe someone gift to you, or maybe you purchase at one of the garden stores, and that particular type of comfrey spreads all over your garden, such as peppermint would do. So this particular seed type of comfrey, it's going to grow just in one location. Over a period of time, it will blossom out and spread, but it won't reseed itself as the Bocking 14 does. And then someone asked about the comfrey tea that I was talking about on an earlier video. So let me discuss that with you as well, and let me take you to my comfrey tea. This is the comfrey tea that I'm growing, and I just started it off in a Home Depot bucket, and I'm going to submerge the leaves with the brick so that they're under the water, and they can submerge underwater for about 3 days to make a mild or a weaker strength of fertilizer for your plants, or it can sit there for about 3 to maybe 6 weeks and to give you a stronger comfrey fertilizer. And that's exactly what I do. I normally leave it for weeks or months to give me a stronger fertilizer for my plants. I do come in and I dilute, and then I water my plants, and it's like just a natural fertilizer or organic fertilizer that helps you just to grow your plants. So what I just did was put a brick in there, and then I'm going to put my cover back on that and make sure that it's sealed in very tightly, and move it over to the side. The other type of fertilizer that I'm using this year is coming just from my fish pond. I'm using the fish innards from fishing, and I'm just going to add some water to it and seal that back up. And I'm going to use that as another type of fish fertilizer, the natural fish fertilizer, this year on my garden. So my thought process with this particular type of fish fertilizer is, and don't mind the paper, I'm going to come back in and take it out, but is that I won't have to then purchase that fish emulsion anymore, the fish fertilizer from your big box store. I will be able to use my own natural fertilizer in the garden, and that just makes me more self-sufficient. So guys, this ends this particular segment of Jacquie's Garden Spot. If you have any more questions, please don't forget to leave them in the comments or email me, and we will answer those questions for you. If we can't get to the answer right away, we will definitely start to research to find out a best possible answer for you to help you with solutions in your own garden spot. And until the next episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more content from me. Bye, guys.